Before the top of the hour, we give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, wait, Scott with us. Wednesdays with Mitch, Big Al McMordie. Got Rod Zawacky. Dana Lang will sign in bottom of the hour. Ninos and Chris Ruffalo. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We've got Ruffalo, Mitch, McMordie, Scott, Ninos, Zawacky, Lane, and then I will close this one out. All right, I got 8 games on the board here from the NBA. Detroit and Washington postponed. Detroit couldn't get out of Dallas with that ice there. We got that heads up with Jay yesterday. He was showing us pictures outside his window of all the icy streets, and they just couldn't get the Pistons on the plane tonight. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Chris Ruffalo. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Doing great work up there. You've seen the top of the leaderboards. Of course, catch him in the mornings every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with that morning show. So we'll go ahead and bring in Chris Ruffalo right now. We'll have a pick from college basketball for us here to start us off here on the show. And I think we're ready to go here with Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. Just trying to modify things on the fly now that we've had the announcement that Wizards game is postponed. But it's fine. We keep moving. Going to make it a 3-pack for tonight's action, but still loving the action on the board.
Yeah, good action. Enough action tonight here from the NBA and college hoops. We're going to college basketball tonight here. SEC action on the SEC Network has Missouri here hosting this LSU team. Boy, things have gone tough for them. LSU laying 10, total 147.5.
Yeah, Tony, I think you summed it up perfectly. I mean, coming into the year, you thought Matt McMahon made the right call. He jumped from Murray State to LSU. They started the year 5-0, 12-1. He brought 3 studs with him from Murray State: Justice Hill, Trey Hannibal, KJ Williams. Also got Kendall Coleman, a proven scorer from Northwestern State. It was all well and good, but then we got into conference play, and that's where the wheels have started to fall off. As LSU, they've lost their last 7 conference games, 8 straight losses overall after their loss in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. LSU, they're scoring just 56.8 points per game in conference. They're being outscored by 15.3 points per game. They're also 3rd worst in the SEC in road scoring, putting up 64.3 points per game on the road. They started the conference play on the road with the 3-point loss to Kentucky as 10.5-point dog. But since then, we've seen losses of 11 to Texas A&M, a 40-point loss to Alabama, and they scored just 40 points against Arkansas on a 20-point loss in their last road game. Missouri, they're second in the SEC in scoring overall and scoring at home. They're scoring 83.1 points per game on the year, 86.5 points per game at home this season. I really wish I had gone in and put this as a premium. I'm looking for another beatdown from Missouri dished out to LSU here. I'm taking Missouri big.
All right, Missouri big here. It says Chris here, laying 10 here against LSU. Yeah, LSU's had it tough this season. Looking here at winning the double digit, you are at home, which helps here. Little issues here with Missouri. Worst rebounding team here in the SEC. We'll see if that has an impact in this game. Also has some struggles defending the paint, does these Tigers.
Yeah, for me, I have noticed those rebounding issues that you mentioned, but this to me is just a play of just simply, Missouri trading 3s for 2s with LSU. I think they're just going to be able to just simply roll past LSU. I just don't think LSU going to be able to get enough stops defensively to be able to keep this one within reach. I wouldn't be surprised if LSU won the battle of points in the paint here, but I just think Missouri just too much, especially with how they've been scoring at home.
Yeah, when I look at the numbers here from LSU, I don't even think that. I mean, I can't believe how horrible these numbers are. 39% shooting from not 3, but from 2-point distance. That might be the worst I've seen in all of college hoops.
Yeah, it definitely. He's one of the worst probably the worst for a power conference team. But they're down there in terms of 2-point shooting. And yeah, and part of that is because you have KJ Williams, who is their star big man, but he's more of a stretch big man. He likes to shoot. He likes to shoot the 3. Doesn't necessarily play a ton inside. He's used more for the rebounding game, but. Even then, he hasn't been shooting all that well. He was the guy that I thought LSU was going to rely on when I think Justice Hill missed some time earlier this season with an off-court issue, and just really hasn't panned out for LSU. So, I got to stick with Missouri here.
All right, we got Chris here going with Missouri here in this one. Of course, that was for conference play, so it's not really for overall LSU. They're shooting overall a little better, but in conference, it's been atrocious at 39%. Missouri laying 10 here against LSU. This one will have a start time 9 Eastern time. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, Great results in the NHL, 2,743 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dog Sprint for Chris in the NHL for this season. Also showing great profit. All sports combined for this year, 1,337 units of profit. Last 30 days has been profitable as well from Chris. So we've got 8 on the board from the NBA. Lots of college hoops, a couple on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tony, I got a couple things on the board. I got my $15 college hoops slam dunk. That $15 play, also part of my college hoops 3-point play tonight. Also had a 5-pack for NBA, but the Wizards game was in there, so I'm going to adjust it, make it a 3-pack, still have it on the board leading into the primetime action. But even with the NHL, headed into the All-Star break, this is the time to definitely check out something long-term. You can see we've had a great start to 2023, great start in the NHL, and just hoping to keep that going forward. So definitely hop on long-term, whether it's just with me or someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. Get you maximum value, bang for your buck out the wazoo. So definitely check that out at Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right. Get on board with Chris Ruffalo over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here in the NHL. Also, all sports combined, 1,337 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dogs. Chris has his $15 college basketball slam dunk on the board right now. $15 credit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Also, a 3-pack from College Hoops from Chris as well up there. 5-pack up there as well. NBA. Also, instead of buying these plays individually, you may consider long-term pass. The way Chris is running, very affordable with this 1-month all sports pass. Get all of Chris's premium plays here for the month. That's 30 days. That price is out to about $10 a day, but we'll knock 15% off when you use that promo code PICK at checkout. So it's about $7.50 a day for Chris, who's just been nailing it right now with that 1-month pass. When you use that promo code PICK at checkout to save that 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Chris, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. We can catch you, of course, every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time here on the Pick Dogs channel with Mitch and Rod with that morning show. And, of course, the Puck Dogs video series with you and Rod Zawacki on the channel.
Yeah, Rod and I have a great time doing those NHL videos. We are at the All-Star break for the NHL, so we have a few days off from those. We'll be back up and running. I think Monday is when it starts back up, so we'll have those back up running. But still, like you said, Tony, just tons of content on the Pick Dogs YouTube. The daily videos, the live shows, just tons of stuff going on.
Yeah, tons of stuff going on, so make sure you guys subscribe and to set those notifications so when they're live with the live show, you're live with them. Compare your picks and get the best numbers when you get the plays live on the show. All right, Chris, have a great week. We'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good, Tony. Thanks.
You got it. Chris Ruffalo here on the Drive To. Let's continue on here on the show. Next up is going to be Mitch. Of course, you know where to find Mitch every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time here on the Pick Dogs channel as he has that morning show. You should also be catching his 7 picks in 5 minutes, that video series that runs every day. Mitch, how's it going today?
It's going. I'm just real excited about everything going on at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, it's been great. And, of course, as we head into February, into exciting months here with the college basketball here as we get to March. Remember this month always flies by. In February, we look at college hoops tonight. Big 12 action competitive league here. Oklahoma here hosting Oklahoma State. Oklahoma favored here for a total 131.5.
February, the shortest month of the year because God wants us to have 3 less days until March Madness. But the thing is that Oklahoma here against Oklahoma State. This one is a rivalry, and the thing is, the last 2 games at Oklahoma in this series have both gone to overtime. Now, there's not 2 years ago they had Cade Cunningham on Oklahoma State. Last year, not really quite a good team at all. And Oklahoma was under the first year under Porter Moser, and then this year, of course, second year of Porter Moser. And we started to see exactly what that means last time out against Alabama, where they blew the Tide out of the building. Now, obviously, the Sooners were way up for that game. Very, very hard to get up for, twice, in a row like that. And I just don't know if the Sooners have a good enough team to do that. We know that Porter Moser has done that before with teams that, at Loyola Chicago. But, that was in the NCAA tournament, not in this type of situation in Big 12 basketball, where his success really has not been the same as it was, when he was there. Like I said, we've seen glimpses, but we haven't really seen any consistency to it. What we've seen is this Oklahoma State team pretty much played everybody out of conference. I mean, they played everyone. And I think it's things like that, like going to UConn and taking on UConn and games like that, which are paying the dividends now. And I think in this situation, I just like the way that Oklahoma State is just really big up front, and they have not just big guys up front. you know, two of those three big guys can also hit free throws and can also hit shots from the floor. I just think that Oklahoma State just has too much talent up front for Oklahoma. I think they're going to overpower them here. I think they got a shot for the outright win, especially with the sentiment probably more to the Oklahoma side. I don't really follow line movement because I don't believe the source, but I do believe that sentiment has to be on Oklahoma's side coming off of that big win over Alabama where they won. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it.
All right, Mitch here on Oklahoma State plus the 4 against Oklahoma in conference here. Any concern here, Mitch? Obviously, with Oklahoma State's recent road outings, I know these are tough teams. Losing by 14 at Texas, 16 at Baylor, 8 at K-State with poor shooting in those games.
I think it only makes you better. I think that this is similar to the Texas Tech game, a lot more similar to than those games. I think that it would be similar to playing at Texas Tech. The road games are Kansas State, okay, who beat Kansas at Kansas State in Manhattan, at Kansas by 2. I mean, it's about as good as you could hope for. They lost at Baylor pretty bad, but Baylor's NCAA tournament winner a couple years ago. A strong team a year ago, and a strong team once again this year. I still think that all those teams could beat Oklahoma pretty badly, and they all have. So I don't really see the similarities there. I think we saw in the first meeting of these two teams was pretty much what I said, and that was Oklahoma State just dominating on the inside. They didn't really do so much from beyond the arc. 7 3-pointers made in that thing, but really it was just dominating inside. Boone 7 of 11. Inside. Thompson 7 of 12. 3 for 3 from the perimeter for him. I just in Oklahoma State in that game over Oklahoma, they didn't even hit their free throws. They only shot 65% from the line. So imagine if they can just turn that up just a little bit. I think that Oklahoma State's the better team here.
Yeah, they really took them to the woodshed in that game. It was a blowout, no doubt. The second half, I don't
think they can hang on the boards with them. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
48-26 that in the second half. Wow, that's a pretty sizable margin there against with that big win there. All right, Mitch here on Oklahoma State plus the 4 against Oklahoma. This one to have a start time 9 Eastern time over on ESPN2. All right, Mitch, what's going on over at Pick Dogs Prim tonight? What do you got going on over at the site?
We're giving away a free 7-day consensus report. You just go to pickdogs.com, click on the Premium Picks tab, select 1 week consensus report, and use the discount code FREE and then the number 7, all one word, free 7. You'll get a free 1 week consensus report, courtesy of me and us at Pick Dogs. So far, we've given away about $95,000 worth of those things over the last 2 days. I really want to give away $1 million. I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to probably at least crack 3 digits in giveaways on the free consensus report. So I'm pretty excited about that. I just want to thank everybody out there, like I try and do all the time, just to remind you guys that without you guys, we're just talking to ourselves. And while I enjoy that, it's fun to be able to do this for a living, and I appreciate you guys letting me do that. Almost 70 million people have watched our YouTube channel over the last 2 years, and that's just amazing. I mean, it's humbling, and just I can't really put my I really can't put it into words. It's more views than all the other sports betting YouTube channels combined. And for the guys that are in second place, it's more than double what they've done in an 8-year period. We've done in 2 years. So I just want to thank everyone that's been part of it, both on this side of the camera and on that side of the camera. And I just think we're going to keep on keeping on doing what we do. And we'll have some changes coming up, some new things that we're adding to our YouTube channel and to our websites. But we're still going to keep all the same old stuff that you guys liked that got us there, right? We're just going to take what we've been able to earn through our YouTube channel, invest it more into YouTube. We take more what we made at our website and invest it more into the website. So you guys will see where it all goes. And I know, buying premium picks isn't for everybody, but if you want to support the website, the best way to do so is click on our sportsbooks tab and sign up for a sportsbook. And if you do so, I'll give you one of these T-shirts. Just shoot me an email, mitch@pickdogs.com. Show me proof that you used one of our codes. I got black. I got maroon, which I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Blue and gray. Supplies are limited. So we also got hats, like I'm wearing. So we have this kind of hat, fitted hat. Got one that has like a little thing in the back.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Nice.
It's adjustable type hat. So yeah, got all kinds of stuff.
All right, guys. So go to the websites here. The Pick Dogs. Hit the sports tab link at the top. Get signed up, and then use the affiliate. Use a code there for Mitch on sports code, and then let Mitch know about it via email, and he'll get that out to you. All right, Mitch. As always, great. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch you in the mornings here with the morning show, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Thanks to everybody, and be sure to check out all of our cappers. These guys are the best in the world. I'll put them up against anybody.
Absolutely, no doubt. All right, Mitch, have a great one. Mitch here on the drive through. Let's continue on here with our coverage. Let's go ahead and welcome in Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Top unit producer at Pick Dogs for 2021. Top unit producer for 2022. His 2 years with Pick Dogs been fantastic. Big Al, how you doing?
Doing great. No complaints. How are you, Tony?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go tonight. NBA 76ers and Magic do it again with 76ers now 9.5, total 230.5.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second of back-to-back games, both in Philadelphia. Orlando surprised Philly on Monday night. They won by double digits, 119-109 as a 9-point road underdog. Now the line is slightly higher for this game. That win by Orlando did snap Philadelphia's 7-game win streak. But I'm going to take Philadelphia in this rematch. The Sixers are now 42-19 ATS at home when playing with revenge from an upset loss. They're also 4-0 this season, ATS at home when playing with revenge. Double-digit favorites also in the NBA going back to 1990. Those teams have gone 47-30 ATS when playing back-to-back games against the same opponent if they did lose that first meeting. And I see the line actually right now at -10, so it would qualify as double-digit favorite. So I'm going to take Philadelphia minus the points.
All right, Philadelphia here minus the points in this one. Of course, it's always we're almost now again. It's Embiid watch again. He played last time. I think he was dealing with that foot soreness. Isaac and Okiki out here for Orlando. But, of course, as you said, Philadelphia has just been a strong home team this year.
Yeah, and Philadelphia 17-10 ATS at home. Admittedly, Orlando's been a strong road team. Orlando 13-9 ATS on the road. I mean, something obviously we'll have to give tonight. I just think it's going to be the Magic that's going to give, and I'm going to lay the points with Philly.
All right, lay the points here with Philly. 76ers laying the points 9.5 to 10. Shop, try to get the best number on this one. Of course, do it now because, we saw this last time, Big Al, when Embiid announced that he was in. We saw the line move up to as high as 10.5. Then it was bought back to the opening line. This kind of. I thought the number was already baked in with Embiid playing. It was weird to me to see the line move up after his announcement that he was going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's never 100% baked in. It might be close to it, but I still don't even see that we have an announcement yet. I mean, we're only 45 minutes away from game time. It should be. Someone should know something at this point, right?
I would think so. That's why we saw it creep up. He's at the 10 in some places. So we got Big Al here at 76ers laying the 9.5 against the Magic. This one to have a start time here, 7 Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Room. Tonight's action. Of course, a great football season. Of course, Big Al tonight on the board. We've got 8 from the NBA. A lot of college hoops tonight. It's that time of the year. It's February, so there's going to be big cards here on most nights. Of course, a few on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got 6 plays tonight, although it just occurred to me one of the plays in my 3-game package got snowed out or whatever from the Dallas travel conditions. So that 3-pack is only a 2-pack right now, so I apologize for that. But we've got a NBA play. I've also got 2 standalone games in college basketball, including a conference game of the year. Yesterday we cashed our college basketball revenge game of the year on the Kansas Jayhawks against Kansas State. So it's a good card today, but again, that triple pack is only a double pack. So one of the games was canceled.
That's right. Get on board with Big Al over at Pick Dogs. Him on the board tonight, as he mentioned. He also has a 3-pack up here from College Hoops, ATS, NCAA Hoops High Roller winner as well. NBA Elite winner as well up there on the board from Big Al. So get on board. Of course, the long-term passes will serve you well. You can get a 1-month all-sports pass here from Big Al. Get all of Big Al's premium plays here for a month, including all his NBA, his College Hoops, NHL, and Super Bowl. Is included there in that 1-month all sports pass. And if we get into some spring football, I think we're creeping into that time of the year. That will also be part of, I'm sure Big Al has been hard at work. Have you been hard at work or hardly working on the spring football?
Well, I had my software programmer engineer an XFL database for me, so he's been hard at work.
All right, he has been. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I see if we even have any of the. There's no odds out on any of the crap yet, so still got some time. Still got some time, and they probably will have some inter scrimmages against each other. So if it's to see how that comes out, probably have to dig up that info. But anyway, guys, get up over Big Al. 1-month all sports pass will also include spring football. If he's in action early, we'll see how he rolls with that. So get on board. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 packer promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Tony.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. Let's continue our coverage. You guys see a lot of people sign in right now. Reminder, if you missed any of our picks, you missed 3 picks. If you did, we will have a recap for you here at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. And collecting another winner yesterday was a man, Wayne Scott. He took the points with Charlotte, and they came through. And Milwaukee, turnovers, and again, issues shooting the basketball. Their shooting percentages were really terrible yesterday. One of the reasons why the Bucks could not cover that big number last night. And we're a little worried about that with the Bucks here with their shooting and turnover situation. So let's go ahead and get in Wayne Scott. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Wayne. Catch him with that video series with with Al Ninos every day here on the channel. Let's bring him in. Wayne, what's happening? You got you on mute there, Wayne. I think you're on mute there. Yeah, no, not picking up any sound from you. Maybe you hit the mute button on your mic. There's sometimes. Nope, still no sound there from you. Maybe sign out, sound back in again. That usually can correct the issue there. So we'll continue here as we'll try to get some. Wayne will try to get his sound issues corrected. Let's go ahead and welcome in Al Ninos to the show. He's also, Al Ninos, he does the video series with Wayne every single day here on the Pick Dogs channel as they do their 3-legged prop parlay, and catch that on the channel as well. Let's go ahead and bring in Al Ninos right now. He's going to be coming in here on the Skype. Let's bring him in right now. Al, what's happening?
Doing pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight on ESPN. The late night game, Suns here to host the Hawks. The Suns short favorites here, 1.5, total 232.
The Hawks definitely have had their fair share of struggles in Phoenix. Just 1-5-1 against the spread their last 7 in Phoenix, but they're in a good spot here, I think, to kind of fix those numbers a little bit up with the injury report. At least a much healthier team coming into this one. You can see Trae Young on there, but he's as probable as can be. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, I don't see him sitting this one out. It looks like he's going to be good to go here. Whereas on the other side, of course, no Devin Booker. He's been out for a while now. No Jay Crowder. No Cameron Payne. No Landry Shamet. So it's not just Devin Booker that's out, but they're also missing some pretty good role players there. Suns 3-2 since CP3 came back from his injury, but three wins, not that impressive to me, honestly. 3 teams they should have beat. This one, a little bit tougher matchup for them, I think. And as I said, I think the Hawks just take advantage of those injuries and start fixing their Phoenix numbers up a little bit tonight.
All right, so Nino says here he likes the money line. Says you don't need the point. Don't give me the point. Don't give me the point and a half. Don't even give me 2. He likes the money line here with the Hawks here, plus 110 here against the Atlanta Hawks, not the Jazz. Jazz was on the mind for some reason. It's against the Suns. Suns have actually had some, as you mentioned, you didn't really give them a lot of credit for some of the wins, but the Suns have had some success here since Paul's come back. They look to be a little bit more. I wouldn't trust them on the road, but they won 4 of 5 at home, and it's been the defense that's been really coming through here for this Suns team.
Yeah, and they've been good at home. I definitely agreed with you on that Suns pick on Monday. I just think that was a better matchup for them. I think this one's slightly tougher matchup with the Hawks at full strength. I think it's just going to be tough for them to keep up. I mean, yeah, they do have a couple great players, and Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and then there's some very good role players as well. But I just think the Hawks are that much better, honestly, especially again at full strength. So. Just like the spot for the Hawks, and I think they know they need to start turning things around in Phoenix a little bit. So I think they come out to play tonight.
And we're seeing this here with the Hawks. They haven't had the success we've seen in recent seasons, and it's really come down to the 3-point shooting this year. It's been down this year, 25th in the league, just over 34%.
Yeah, they got two bigs going out there, which you don't see too often anymore. But they got one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and then a few other very good shooters around him too. But those long range numbers are definitely one of the trickier numbers, I think, I don't want to say, I'm sorry, I'm lost for the word here. But I think it can be a very misleading number sometimes. I mean, they still have some very good shooters. If they take the right shots, it's just a matter of just them knocking them down, which, again, with the shooters they have, they should start knocking some down. So not too concerned about that. Maybe they start fixing those numbers up as well tonight.
There we go. El Ninos here, believer on these Hawks team. Of course, some people have some issues with their road performances, but they have played a little better on the road here, winning 6 of 10, averaging and scoring 117 per 100 possessions. It's a lot of points they're giving up on the road here. But the Suns getting it done here at home for the most part with that defense. And Chris Paul, the ball handler, has shown his ability to adapt to many situations. He was with a lot of young players when he was I think it's Thunder days, and just shows that he can adapt to different situations. If he's got to lead the second unit, which he pretty much is with all these injuries. This is pretty much the second unit starting for the Suns with all these injuries. They've had that success at home, and of course that knowledge there from Paul showing his ability there to kind of coach on the court. I always look at Chris Paul as a possible coaching candidate when he leaves a game. Mm-hmm. That's just just the way he's been able to play with younger players and adapt with them. Right, that's the key. Can you adapt with them? Because a lot of these veterans now, El Ninos, they want to play with guys their age. It seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, usually I think point guards should make pretty good coaches, at least for the most part. And yeah, definitely one of the highest IQ players is Chris Paul. So yeah, I think he'd make a great coach. I think maybe he'd make a better coach than player, personally. So who knows?
That's right, yeah.
Maybe he'll have win more championship going down that road. But do wish him all the best, and. Yeah, I do think he would make a pretty good coach once he does retire. So that should be
tough start there playing for Byron Scott in New Orleans. That's just a tough one there. Anyway, Hawks money line says El Ninos plus 110 here against the Suns. This one to have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, El Ninos. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we got 8 games on the board now with that postponement here with the Detroit Pistons game in Washington. So 8 games on the board from the NBA. We have 2 on the ice, as well as many from college hoops tonight with a lot of conference games in action. Big 12 in action as well. So is the WAC. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got a 3-pack with my 3 best plays in the NBA. Then I got my best NBA bet of the day, my best NBA dog of the day, and my best NHL bet of the day. So 2 extra plays in the NBA. We had 1 cancellation. Yes, I was on that game, but still got lots of action there. So still worth grabbing one of those long-term passes if you want that extra play. And we'll have some more action for the rest of the week, month, and year. We're here every day.
So El Ninos here every day. Get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dodge Prim. Show good profit here for the last 30 days in action tonight with an NBA 3-pointer, a 3-pack from El Ninos here on the NBA. So let's crush the books with El Ninos. Remember, these one-day passes are credit guaranteed. Must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee in action. Also, in this 2-game NHL card has a power play, single play up there from El Ninos. So get on board. Instead of, again, buying these plays individually, you may consider the long-term pass. The 7-day pass will get you all of El Ninos' premium plays for 7 days. That's all his NBA, all his college hoops, and NHL here for the 7 days. So get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion even greater value there. All right, Al Ninos, as always, great having the show. Keep up the great work. We'll talk with you tomorrow. But, of course, you just debuted recently a video series with Wayne Scott with your prop three-legged parlay of the video every day.
Yeah, that's right. And we actually got a prop on this game, I believe, tonight. So make sure, you go check that out. Smash the like button on this show. And then when you're done watching this, make sure you go check out that three-leg prop bet parlay that we put together with Wayne.
All right, there you go. Check it out there. All right, Al, have a great night. Catch up tomorrow.
All right, have a good one, Tony.
You got El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Remind you guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's see if we can hook up again here with Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he does the video series with El Ninos every day with their three-legged parlay from the prop video for you guys. So that's up right now. You can catch it at the end of the show. And I think we'll go ahead and get in Wayne right now. I hope we got him connected here. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Pick Dog family? What's going on, Tony? You can hear me?
I can hear you great. Hear you great. All right, Wayne, here we go. We're going to the NBA tonight as that Houston Rockets team here again. They're going to be hosting here the Thunder. Thunder here on the road, laying 6, total 232.5.
All right, guys. On today's episode of the Tankathon, we're going to go with, like I said, the game between the Houston Rockets, as Tony just stated, and OKC. And let me get the one thing straight. I'm sorry. That is the fake Wayne Scott out there in the comments. That is not me. So, yeah, I'll let y'all know if I'm in the comments. But let's get back to this pick. We're going to go with the game between Houston and OKC. Houston last time out, they got a road win against Detroit. You know, it's Detroit, but they played good. I'll give them their props for that. Couple angles over here on Houston, head-to-head. They have won the last 3. OKC is 2-6 in Houston, so take that in consideration. OKC is 1-4 ATS in their last 4 meetings with the Rockets. But the Rockets are 3-7 at home. The Rockets are 1-5 in their last 5. The Rockets do got Şengün playing. I was looking to see if he was playing. He is playing. Got a lot of respect for him. He's a good player. Jalen Green's out. Kevin Porter Jr. out. That doesn't bode well. Anytime you're losing scoring and you're already the 29th worst scoring team going against an OKC team that plays good on the road. They're 7-3 on the road in their last 10. They're 5-0 on the road in their last 10. They're better than these guys in everything. I can sit here and list how bad the Rockets are and how good they are, but I don't need to list all that. This Rockets team is bad right now. And this Rockets team is coming off of 3 days rest. That doesn't bode well for them either. They're 4-7 with the rest advantage. So I'm liking OKC minus the it was 5.5, I believe it's 6 now, and that's what we're going with tonight.
All right, Wayne says take the Thunder here, lay the 7 here, 6, lay the 6 here against this Houston Rocket team that's just been miserable. I mean, you look at OKC, you know, yeah, they've covered 9 of 11. I mean, they're averaging 118 points per 100 possessions, allowing 111. But this Rockets team with the lost 13 of 15, give 119 per 100 possessions, only scoring 108. They've really had struggles here getting points on the board here. And, of course, we know the Thunder, a team that is going to get in that contention there for that postseason. No doubt, at 24 and 26, they're right in the thick of the battle here.
They're scratching and clawing to stay up, and I believe that, like you said, they're gonna stay up there. If not, get into playoffs or the play-in. So they're gonna they're working, man. They're getting these wins, and this is not a letdown spot for them. I don't believe not against this Rocket team. This Rocket got a good win coming off Detroit, and I think they're gonna get blown out tonight. So I'm on OKC in this one.
Yep, and of course, as I said, OKC, they're definitely there in the hunt for the postseason, and I'm including the play-in round as the postseason. So there's no doubt about that. This game is important right now. They've played 50 games. That means there's only 32 left. All right, so it's gonna finish here in April. So we're getting close and close there to it. Updates here on Embiid, probable now against Orlando. So that's the latest news coming across here on that Sixers game. But we've got Wayne here, Thunder, lay the 6 here against the Rockets. This one will have a start time here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight's action. 8-game board here from the NBA. We have a couple on the ice before they stop for a little bit as the All-Star break is coming up, and then they come back again on Monday. And, of course, we do have a lot of games here from college hoops tonight, a lot of conference action. Even the WAC is in action as well late night. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight, I got my game of the day back. I took a day off yesterday. I didn't like nothing that much to go for my game of the day, but I do have it back up tonight. I'm 7-0 and 1 in my last 8 of those. So guys looking to get in that. I also got a 3-pack in the NBA. That my Make It Rain Wayne Wednesday 3-pack. I love all 3 of those. I'm on all 3 of those tonight, and I have a 5-pack for those who like college. I got my 3 best bets in college with 2 NBAs packed up in there. And you guys check me out on Twitter at Right Side Wayne. I dropped a parlay on there. And I'll be giving free picks out on there too. So you can like it, you can fade it, you can tail it, or you can watch it. That's what I'm saying. So check me out on there as well.
That's right, guys. Get on board here. Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs. Great results from the NHL. 260 units of profit tonight. Wayne has his game of the day up there. $15 premium pick here on the game of the day. 7-0 and 1. His last 8 NBA game of the day is another day, another winner. So get on board here with that game of the day winner as well. Make it rain, Wayne, here with the Wednesday pack up there, a 3-pack here from Wayne in the NBA. So that's also up there over at Pick Dogs Premium. Does have combined package as well, a 5-pack. So instead of buying all these plays individually, you may consider Wayne on a 7-day all sports pass. Get all of Wayne's premium plays for 7 days. That would include all of his NBA, his college basketball, his NHL here for the 7 days. So get on board, use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But of course, we've talked about it or on the earlier segment. You and now Ninos has put together a video series with that 3-legged prop parlay video.
Yes, sir. Y'all check that out, man. Like it and let me know the props that you guys are on, man. We like to go through them props and read and see who everybody else likes for the day. So hopefully we can hit all 3 of those today. It's a good pack, cash out, and win, man.
That's right, exactly. Win and cash it here with Wayne Scott. All right, Wayne, have a great night. Catch up with you again tomorrow.
Peace.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Guys, reminder, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we've got Zawacki. He's been good to us here on the drive-thru. Catch him every day here at 10 a.m. Eastern time here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel with that morning show with Mitch and Chris. Also part of the video series with Chris with the Puck Dogs as they give out picks here from the NHL. I think that's going to reboot again here on Monday after the All-Star break. Rod's ready to roll. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Been digging in and trying to get everybody a nice winner this afternoon here on the drive-thru. So
exactly. Trying to get some wins tonight here on ESPN tonight. The Celtics will be hosting the Nets here. The Celtics have moved up to a 9-point favorite. The total now 224.5.
Yeah, you look at this one. Celtics are definitely a 9-point favorite. I don't know if they are a 9-point favorite. For me, I think this might be a little bit closer than that. But we're looking a different way. I like the total in this one. We're going to go under in this one. You look at Boston over the last 3 games. They've been averaging about 112 points a game. At home, they average 117 points a game. And you look at this Brooklyn team. They've been averaging only 114 points a game over their last 3. On the road, they only average about 113 points this season. So you look at the first 2 meetings this season. Between these two, Boston won the first one 109-98. Most recently, and then Boston won 103-92. And both of those definitely were well under this total. So I think we got the same type of game going here. Like the first to 100 wins this one. Definitely, you look Brooklyn 7-2-1 in their last 10 to that under. Also 5-2-1 in their last 8. Off of 1 day's rest to that under. Celtics 5-1 in the under, following a straight up win. Also 5-2 in the under in the last 7 versus a team with a winning percentage over 600. So the last 5 meetings, 4-1 to that under. Definitely feels like the first to 100 wins this one. A couple little bonus props for you. I like Jason Tatum over 8.5 rebounds. We know he'll be scooping up the ball off the backboard there, and which is what we want defensively when we got an under. So that'll limit the second chance shots. Also, on the other side, we're going to go with Claxton over his 10.5 rebounds because he'll be on the other side scooping up those rebounds and limiting those second chance opportunities for scoring points for helping us out in that under. So take Claxton over rebounds, Tatum over rebounds, because both those guys have been scooping up the rebounds. A lot of them. 4 of 5, 5 of 5 in the last games for both those guys. So love those rebound props as well. Bonus place for you.
There you go. We got Rod here on Celtics Nets under 220, 25 and 24 and a half. Yeah, the Celtics have had some issues, of late, of course, and it's really come on the offensive end. When you look at Boston, they failed to cover 6 straight, and in those 6 games, when you look at that 6-game period, they're sitting 27th in offensive rating here, offensive efficiency. Just 107 points per 100 possessions, but they're allowing just 109 per 100. So it just seems that they're defending, but they're just not getting enough offense.
Yeah, exactly. Not having the crazy offensive output and scoring $130 a game. They've been definitely doing it on the defensive end, though. Top 5 in defensive efficiency over the last 3 and this season. Brooklyn's in the top 10, so both these teams definitely know how to play some defense, which is what we want here in this one tonight to get us an under.
Get the under here, Celtics and the Nets under 224.5. This one to have a start time of 7:40 Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, we do have 8-game card here from the NBA. 2 on the ice, lots of college hoops. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium, I got my NBA drop a dime play. We hit that yesterday, looking to hit another one. You can scoop that up singly, or it's included in my NBA Birdcage. 3 plays I love in the NBA. This one that I gave you in the under just missed the premium card. I also have my one lone play in the NHL, my $15 NHL sniper play. You can scoop that up over at Pick Dodge Premium on myself, or grab something long term. That way you get everything included that I got going today. You get a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day, grab that 7-day, grab yourself a shirt. Why not? Get a Pick Dodge shirt, get a hat, sign up for the 7-day from any one of the cappers you see on the show, and then email Mitch and they'll send you a shirt and a hat. So why not? Scoop it up. Get bored. Let's make some money. And get your hat and a shirt. Hey, join for a week. Let's kick the books butt for a week.
That's right. Indeed. Let's get on board here with Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dodge from that 7-day pass to the way to roll with Rod. Or if you prefer, you can buy individual plays up here. The Birdcage is his 3-pack up there. Featured play, 1-day pass, credit guarantee must turn a profit. Or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Also, that NHL Sniper here. Take advantage here on this NHL Sniper because I won't be back until at least Monday, right? with that All-Star break here. So get on board there. $15 credit guarantee on an NHL Sniper here on this 2-game card. Also, a lot of individual plays here from the NBA Drop a Dime play as well. But as Rod was alluding to, that play, that 7-day pass is a great way to roll. Get all of Rod's premium plays for 7 days. That's all his NBA, all his college hoops, NHL. On that 7-day pass, use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again here on Steak Friday, but of course, catch you up in the mornings every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I know you'll reboot with Chris on those Puck Dog videos as we get back into a regular schedule, I think. I know it's still somewhat light, right, when we begin back on Monday?
Yeah, it's still somewhat light on Monday, but we'll get back at her on Monday with the Puck Dogs. Get a little break from that, and then we'll get back at her hard for the second half of the NHL season. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited because it's see who's going to go where, when, and who's going to jump and go all in the NHL season, and who's going to sell off and hope they can get a ping pong ball.
All right, you got it. Well, you gave it to him there at the end. The chat room was waiting for you to rub your hands together, and you got it in for them. They think that's a sign of winning. they say, there you go. You got it. I love it in. All right, Rod, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again here on the show on Steak Friday.
Steak Friday. See you then, Tony.
See you then. Take care. Rod Zawacki here on the Drive-Thru. Catch them tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time on the morning show here on the Hick Dogs channel. And, of course, Sports Chat plays for those of you that are still watching us on Sports Chat as well. All right, let's take a look at some of the – before we get to Dana Lane, we got a hockey play from Dana. Just to give you up-to-dates here on some of the injuries here heading into the games tonight. Embiid, we can now confirm that Embiid is in. Embiid is in tonight against Orlando, and this line has moved. We saw the line again. The line moved again up as high as 10.5, and you can still find 10.5. So there we go again. I guess these folks didn't realize it was baked in the line, so it moves up to 10.5 now from 9. Oof, all right, you can get up. You can get Orlando at 10.5 right now. Portland and Memphis still. Winslow, Baji out. Adams, Konkar out. That's confirmed there for Memphis. Lineup is confirmed now for Memphis. Boston and Brooklyn. Durant, Simmons, Warren out for Brooklyn. Gallinari, Smart out for Boston. OKC, Houston, Dort, Buczewski, Robinson Earl out. On the Houston side, it's Green and Porter out. Golden State and Minnesota, still some questions here. We know Iguodala out for Warriors. Forbes, McLaughlin, Town out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert is questionable. He did play the last game with that questionable tag on, but he's questionable there. Kings and Spurs. Kings, again, another clean injury report. I told you the league MVP this year is the Sacramento training staff. Again, another clean injury report. San Antonio out, Langford, Vassell, Richardson. Langford questionable, Vassell out, and Richardson is probable now. And, of course, that Toronto game tonight, and Utah and Anunoby, OG and Anunoby out here for Toronto. Potter is out here for Utah. Atlanta, Phoenix, Trae Young still with the probable status now. Probable for Trae Young. Booker, Crowder, Payne, Shamet out for Phoenix. That's your update on the injuries. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and welcome in Dana Lane. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been on absolute fire here in college hoops. We'll bring him in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Dana, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, man?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time. Maple Leafs and Bruins here. These Bruins road favorites here, minus 135, total 5.5.
Yeah, I think when they thought that Jeremy Swayman was going to get the start, Toronto was going to be a little bit of a favorite. We saw 120s early on, but then when Allmark was, announced and they got up to 130, I see a little bit of 132 in some spots now, but usually around 125, 130, and I think that's where it's going to settle. It was a little bit of a, I don't know, they were wondering who was going to start just because Bruce Cassidy has a history of rotating his goaltenders, but there was no way on the heels of a 3-game losing streak that they were going to go with Jeremy Swayman tonight, considering that they're up against a break and, both goaltenders will get plenty of rest. And I don't get too excited about the fact that Boston's on a 3-game losing streak. I know that they lost to Tampa Bay, then they gave a game away against Florida, and then, the game against Carolina. Carolina was completely fired up, and we remember from last year's playoff series that the Bruins can't win in Carolina, and Carolina can't win in Boston, and that has held true so far. So that it doesn't bother me as much. But what does tonight, what I think is going to happen is, and I would be surprised if you didn't have this happen, because if it didn't, then we're going to be talking about the Bruins on a 4-game losing streak, the best team in hockey, at least statistically and on paper, and in goal differential. And then we're going to be talking about a team that's lost 4 straight, and then they come back and play the Washington Capitals. And I just would be very surprised, Tony, if Boston not only didn't win this game, but I think they'll win by a couple goals. You're getting plus $2 in some spots, kind of bought back about $1.95 in others. But I think you're going to see the best of the Boston Bruins tonight. I mean, according to Jim Montgomery and people around the organization, they had a terrific practice the last 2 days. The guys are fired up to play this one, and I think you're going to see a completely different Bruins team as you go into the break. And I don't know, Tony. It's amazing what Boston did, just getting rid of Bruce Cassidy, and essentially he ended up in Vegas, and then all of a sudden David Krejci wants to come back and play in Boston, and this team is a completely different organization with basically the same parts. I mean, a year ago, Jake DeBrusk said that he wanted out of Boston, and now he's firmly in Boston. And when they come back, he, of course, is hurt now. When they come back against Washington, he'll be back in the lineup, which is going to give the Bruins even more depth. They got 3 lines with guys that are going to be over 20 and probably over 30 goals this year. That's a lot of depth, and that's a lot more depth than the Bruins have ever had in the past. And I think come the trade deadline on the 3rd, I think Boston's going to go out and get another defenseman, and that's going to really make them a strong contender to win the Stanley Cup. I'm not sure if I'm a Bruins fan if I want them to win the President's Cup, but Boston looks as strong as they have in a very long time, probably since they not competed for the Cup, which of course was against St. Louis a few years ago, but won the Cup when they played Vancouver and got the Cup that year. So this team is very exciting. I think they're a little bit better in Toronto, and of course, Austin Matthews is out of the lineup. John Tavares is a guy that you would expect to jump up and take his spot, and of course, he's going to be the number 1 center, so he would be taking his spot literally. But I just think Boston's the better of the 2 teams, and then you're going to give me plus $2 minus 1.5. Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, we got Danny here on the puck line here as Boston closes this road trip. And I found it ironic here in this one. Boston just 8-7 against the division. I bring that up because the way the playoffs are set up, it's really you against the division here for the first couple of rounds. So that's going to be a little nerve-wracking here, especially if they lose this game. That means 8 wins, 8 losses in their first 16 against the division.
Well, likely we'll see who the wild card spot is, because that's how that's going to work out in the first round at least. And hey, look, I mean, Tampa Bay is going to be – there's not going to be any pushover. You know the ammo that John Cooper has every year, Tony. It's you know, kind of play under the radar, which they've done they did that last year. And then all of a sudden they're Eastern Conference champions. They're not going to be a pushover. I don't know what's going on in Florida. I just think there's a culture issue there. There was so much turnover, and I know, you know, they got Matthew Tkachuk, and everybody thought, okay, well, at least maybe that stabilized some of the turnover. It just hasn't worked out there. So I don't think Florida is going to be any kind of an issue. But, I mean, I certainly think Tampa, and we know, hey, look, Toronto yet to prove that they can get out of the first round. So, and Boston's definitely not going to play Toronto in the first round. So Toronto might not even be there by the time Boston would get to their spot.
All right, we got Dana here. Bruins, the puck line. Lay the puck in half plus 200 against the Maple Leafs. This one to have a start time here of 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Dana, let's go over at Pick Dodge for tonight. So we said here, knocking it out here in college hoops, 960 units of profit in college basketball. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can verify that by going over to Dana's handicapper page and verifying that. Got good college basketball card tonight. A few on the ice, as well as 8 on the board from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it looks like we got 4 games left. Of course, the Albany game has already gone off, but we got 4 games left, including St. Bonaventure and Richmond, and New Hampshire NGIT is on the board still, but get that quick because those games are going off in about 5 or 6 minutes as well, and I appreciate everybody that's already gotten on board. So get that, and if you missed out, of course, you can get a week package. You're going to get an annual package. Make sure you don't miss out on any selection. That's the only thing I could say. I mean, I appreciate everybody getting in on the individual plays, but the bigger plays, like even the 3-game pack, that's a huge. Not only you get 3 of my biggest winners, but on top of that, you also get a massive discount and the win guarantee that backs that as well. So get a little bit of a longer term package so you can sit back and not have to worry about picking or buying daily plays.
That's right. Again, I'm here with Dana Lane over at Pick Dogs. Great results here in college basketball. 960 units of profit on the board tonight with a 3-pack here from college basketball. As Dana mentioned, credit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. A lot of individual plays up here. Again, as Dana was alluded to, instead of buying all these plays individually, why don't you just get the way Dana's running, just get that 1-month all sports pass. Got all of Dana's premium plays for 30 days. Includes all his NBA, his NHL, and of course the college basketball, where he's been knocking out of the park with that 1-month all sports pass. That will take you right to the beginning of March, right? Right through most of conference season, remainder of conference season here. So get on board with Dana's 1-month all sports pass. It's 30-day pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Dana, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
I can smell baseball season, Tony.
I know. I got the channel on now.
Couple weeks, college baseball starts, and then pitchers and catchers won't be too long after that. It's a great time of year.
I know you like to drive down to Arizona, right?
Yeah, I'll go anywhere. I mean, I love to travel for baseball games. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do, and I always encourage my wife to go on long vacations with her family so I can drive around the country and not be called and wonder where I was.
That's right, indeed, guys. Pay attention this year with spring training. A lot of changes in Major League Baseball. Lots of changes, so keep an eye there. You got to keep an eye on spring training this year because it's going to be a different year this year. All right, Dana, have a great night. Catch up with you next week.
Okay, you too, buddy. Have a good night.
Yeah, Dana Lane here on the drive through. Guys, we'll get to the recap after my picks, so make sure you stay tuned for that. For those of you that just joined us, we have a lot of picks on the show tonight, and we'll get to every one of them. Let's get to my game here real quickly, and then we'll get right to the recap. So we've got play tonight for you here from, let's pull it up right now. We go right to the association. Rockets at Kings here. Kings laying 7.5, total 244. You guys probably all know where I'm going with this one, right? I mean, it's just Sacramento against here, in this one here against the San Antonio Spurs. And of course, the Sacramento Kings, again, a clean injury report. We know Vassell is out of this one here for San Antonio. And of course, it really comes down to this Spurs team losing 11 of their past 12 in those 12 games, last in defensive efficiency, giving up 125 points per 100 possessions while scoring just 111 per 100. Kings have won 4 of 6 on the road, averaging 116 per 100 possessions, allowing 115. But again, it's really going against this San Antonio Spurs team, which is last in defensive rating in the NBA this season. And of course, again, one of the reasons why we've seen this success here from the Kings is they're healthy. They can get everybody on the court. You get another clean injury report, right? Again, from this Sacramento team. And one of the reasons why they're in prime position here to avoid the play-in round. So 28-21, they get that road win in overtime at Minnesota. That was not easy to do that, to get that win, to split that series. And again, with the good shooting. But again, it's this Spurs team. If you ever watch them play defense, it's just pretty bad. I mean, it's just, I don't even know if they're being coached to play defense, to be honest with you, because I know they're trying to get that first-round pick, and it looks to me that they are not. It looks to me that they're a one-way team, and they're just. I mean, the amount of space they give up on the court, the amount of they give up the most points in the paint of any team in the NBA. I think it's 55 points per 48-minute game in the paint. It's just too easy there. 55.4 points per 48-minute game in the paint. That is just atrocious. And I know it's Texas. I know a guy right now said it's Texas, another Texas tragedy on National Texas Day. Yeah, I know it's another way to go against it. Oh, listen, man. Let me tell you. Rockets and Spurs. I know it's Texas National Texas Day, but man, your Mavericks are about the only hope they've got. Really, and they're not in action tonight. And they've had their issues too. But anyway, we're going here. Kings lay the 7.5 against the Spurs. All right, over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got a best bet up there on the board tonight from the NBA. Also a 3-pack here from the NBA, as well as a best bet from college basketball. So 4 premiums from me right now on the site. Get on board there with them on the either 3-pack or the individual plays sold standalone college basketball pick and the NBA best bet up on the board. So 5 premiums for me tonight. And of course, you can also get the long-term pass, 3, 7, or 30-day sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that period of time. You select, we go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You will save 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Time to recap today's games. Let's get to the recap. Chris was on Missouri, laid the 10 against LSU. Mitch likes Oklahoma State +4 against Oklahoma. Big Al McMordie, 76ers lay the 9.5 against the Magic. Let me see if that's still 9.5. We're seeing some buyback. It's coming down to about 10 right now. We figured we'd see the buyback. Once again, this line, just like it did the other 2 nights ago, right? Went up to 10.5 with Embiid news, got bought back down to 9.5, I think, on that Tuesday game. Wayne was on Thunder, lay 6 against Rockets. El Ninos Hawks, the money line +110 against the Jazz. We got Rod here on the Celtics Nets under 224.5. We got Dana Bruins, the puck line, lay the puck goal and a half +200 against Maple Leafs. I'll be on the Kings, lay the 7.5 here against the Spurs. The one I like the most, I like Wayne's play here. Let's go against those Texas teams. Maybe parlay against them. I'm not saying parlays, but I'm just saying Thunder here. Laying, I know our man Ron Alston's not going to like me here saying that here, but anyway, lay the 6 here with I like Wayne's pick here tonight. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers in for Pick Dogs and Sports Chat plays. Still give out the plays for you here for the games on Thursday. Remember, it gets always started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the morning show. Mitch, Rod, and Chris. And don't forget all the video series here on Pick Dogs. You got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, the Spinning Tool Show. You've got Jay's Jam Session with his NBA every game on the board. Ron Romanelli's Bank Shot video with college basketball picks for you as well in that video series, as well as Javon's parlay video. We've got the prop parlay, 3-legged parlay here from Al Ninos and as well as Wayne together in that video series. So check it out. And of course, on Thursday, immediately following our show, it's the UFC show. Mills and Brad Francis together with picks for the UFC fights that come up on Saturday. So make sure you get those early picks before the line moves, right? You want to get them in early, guys, because those lines really move. And of course, we know Mills covers the fight game there, very close to the action as a journalist as well in UFC. So it's always good to get his perspective on the games and getting his picks. Remember, over 2,000 units of profit from Mills last year in 2022 from his MMA picks. So you guys definitely want to tune in to Brad and Mills, that show following us tomorrow on the Drive-Thru. So make sure you guys check it. I think Mills was in the chat room today Shout out to all the chat room out there. Ron Elston, Uncool72 was in there again. TDC LLC in there again. Nicholas the handyman in there as well. And of course, and even to the fakesters out there that are faking people out there. Of course, yeah, Mills was in there. I know Jay was in there. Jay has mod status, by the way. So when you see Jay in there, that means he's knocking people out who are just being knuckleheads in the chat room. So Jay came in. I think he said he liked the T-Wolves on the money line. That was Jay Briggs here, who'll be back again tomorrow. So check him out there. All right. That's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. I think Rod Zawacki has a closing statement to make before we go. And what is that, Rod Zawacki? Oh, there it is right there. All right, that's going to do it here on the drive-thru, guys. Anyway, goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk with you again here tomorrow here on the drive.